Leave your comments below your thoughts about the trade deadline for the Cubs and the White Sox. But first, let me just tell you that anytime that you hear someone around the organization or in the organization say, oh yeah, at the trade deadline, we're going to be all in. We're going to be able to get the best talent possible. We're going to make sure that we are able to fortify what we already have on our roster. All we heard for a month and a half is that Jed Hoyer and the Chicago Cubs are going to do whatever it takes to move heaven and earth to make sure that the Chicago Cubs have themselves a frontline starter, back of the bullpen arm, someone that can be able to add an extra bat like Eugenio Suarez. All you heard is that the Cubs are all in and that the Cubs are really busy and they're on the phones. All the writers across the board were telling you this. And you saw this on social media like, oh, the Cubs, boy, they're so aggressive. They're all in. Oh, the Chicago Cubs, watch them now. They're going to be the team that's going to just completely just take care of the trade deadline and be the winners of all this. And what happens? You get Andrew Kittredge is a pitcher. You get Willie Castro, a super utility man, and also Mike Soroka that comes from the Nationals, 3-8 with a almost 5 ERA. That's what the Cubs did at the trade deadline. Does that sound like someone that's going to hit 40-plus bombs in Eugenio Suarez at third base? Does that sound like a frontline pitcher that can help the rotation? No. Does that sound like a closer or an eighth inning guy that can be able to help you? No, that's not the case. It did not happen because it's lying season. It's lying season. The Cubs will do whatever it takes to get the best because the Cubs are ready to win now. The Cubs may be ready to win now, but pretty much it's going to be its core. I've said this for the last month or so, is that just because you come to the dance doesn't mean that you're walking away with a 10. There's so many other teams out there who are vying for talent. I kept saying it over and over again with David Kaplan, my partner on Cap and J Hood. Just because you're at the dance doesn't mean that everyone wants to go home with you. And the Chicago Cubs, for all the money that they spend and for the great start they have an opportunity to still win the division. But the point is, though, is that you did not add the quality parts, difference makers, that you say, yep, you put that person in over at third base to replace Matt Shaw. Yep, you get that guy in the starting rotation to be able to work with Shota Imanaga. Yeah, you get someone in the back of that bullpen to work with Palencia, and you know what? You're all set. You can battle Milwaukee. You can be able to be a contender, a true contender in the National League. Lying season, man. This just goes to show you that no matter the reports, no matter what you read or hear, until you actually see it, do not believe it, especially in Chicago sports. As far as the White Sox are concerned, the White Sox traded Slater. They also traded Hauser, the pitcher. That took place today. So Luis Robert is still a Chicago White Sox. And I wonder from Chris Getz, like, what did it take? What prospects did you want? You could have gotten Robert off the books, but now they're going to take care of him financially next season. And it's like he's still a square peg in a round hole. You're not going to win a lot of games next year either. And so Luis Robert's still on this team, and there were a number of teams that really wanted Robert, and he's still here. Benintendi's still here. And so, you know, I think from the White Sox standpoint, yeah, you have a veteran in the lineup, in the locker room, but still, it's really about the kids. So maybe next year the Sox can trade Luis Robert. He doesn't need to be on this baseball team. You're trying to rebuild, and Robert's part of that process right now, which is, again, very strange. All I know is that San Diego and the Tampa Bay Rays and Seattle and the Mets and the Astros, number of teams really went for it here at the trade deadline just to be able to add seasoning to what they already had, getting themselves frontline pitchers, getting themselves bullpen arms, getting themselves extra bats for this stretch run of the second half of the season, trying to make their way into the playoffs. Teams that were non-playoff teams made better deals than the Cubs. So give me your comments below. I'm just telling you right now that for Jed Hoyer, and I know the excuses over the weekend, it's going to be like, well, Jed tried. Jed tried. Try my ass. You have to be able to come through, and you've got to be able to look at the landscape of Major League Baseball and say, you know what, anybody can win it. And it's true. It is wide open. Anybody can win it. There's no one big favorite in Major League Baseball, but other teams got better, and the Cubs just decided, well, our core's good. We're good. Our starting rotation, it's good enough. We can win with what we have. That's exactly the attitude. Do not buy that. A major market team should do more to make sure that they're a championship winner.